Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Sadia Education Wali and I'm a student at Rehan College Korangi Campus and currently I'm student at Teacher Training Group Camp 1. Today we will talk with ChatGPT and our topic is discuss the importance of empathy in leadership and teamwork. So let's start. Hello ChatGPT, my name is Sadia Education Wali and today we will discuss the importance of empathy in leadership and teamwork. So my first question is what is empathy and why is it an essential quality of effective leadership? How does empathy differ from the sympathy in the workplace?
One sec. Great question. Empathy is the ability to understand another person's feelings and perspectives. It's about connecting, not just feeling sorry. In leadership, it's essential because it builds trust, boosts morale, and it helps people feel genuinely heard and valued. Sympathy is more like feeling sorry for someone, but not necessarily understanding their experience.
Okay, so ChatGPT and my second question is why is empathy important for building strong and successful teams and how an empathic leader create a positive and inclusive work environment?
Hmm, that's an excellent question. So, empathetic leaders create an environment where people feel safe to share ideas and they feel respected. They listen without judging. They encourage open communication, recognize individual contributions, and mediate conflicts with fairness. For example, imagine someone struggling with a deadline because of family emergency. The empathetic leader understands what's happening, offers flexibility, support, and that tends to strengthen loyalty and overall team spirit. Teams led with empathy tend to be more engaged and productive. It's really what keeps a team human at the end of the day.
Okay, so ChatGPT, my next question is how can empathy improve communication between leaders and team members? How does empathy help leaders resolve conflict and more effectively? And can empathy increase employee motivation and job satisfaction? How?
Checking now. Yes, it can. Empathy improves communication by making space for listening, asking thoughtful questions, and responding with respect, not snap judgments. That kind of communication prevents misunderstandings and builds trust. When conflicts come up, empathetic leaders focus on understanding each perspective instead of apportioning blame. That helps resolve issues in a way that feels fair. And over time, employees feel more valued and motivated. People tend to give their best when they know their leader understands and respects them.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is how can leader balance empathy with accountability and high performance? And what are the same common misconceptions about empathy in leaderships? And how students and young professionals develop empathy in their daily life?
Okay, good point. Balancing empathy with accountability means you care, but you still hold people responsible. It's not either or. You listen first, then set clear expectations. A common misconception is that empathy means being soft or avoiding tough talks. But actually, empathetic leaders do face problems directly, just kindly. And for students or young professionals, start small. Listen without interrupting. Ask people about their viewpoint. Treat everyone with respect, even when you disagree. Practice paying attention to how your words affect others. Small steps, but they build real empathy over time.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, what role does emotional intelligence play in empathic leadership, and how can empathy encourage creativity, collaboration, and innovation within a team? And how can leaders support team members during successful or challenges time?
One moment. Another excellent one. Emotional intelligence is basically the foundation. It helps leaders manage their own emotions and understand others. That mix makes space for creativity because people feel safe to share ideas without fear. They can take risks and collaborate better. Leaders can support team members by recognizing achievements when times are good and offering honest guidance and encouragement when times are tough. For example, if a project fails, instead of blaming, they bring the team together to look at lessons and plan improvements. That's where emotional intelligence and accountability meet. It turns setbacks into learning moments. That's how teams grow stronger, more creative, and more united.
Okay, so ChatGPT, how does empathy help build trust and long-term professional relationships, and how can and you can share an inspiring example of leader who demonstrated empathy and achieved success?
Let me see. Important question. Empathy builds trust when people feel seen and respected. Over time, that consistency builds strong professional bonds. For inspiring examples, look at leaders like Satya Nadella at Microsoft, who emphasized empathy and collaboration, or Jacinda Ardern, former Prime Minister of New Zealand, known for combining compassion with decisive action. They show empathy isn't weakness, it's a strength. It earns genuine loyalty. When people feel understood, they don't just work for a leader, they work with them. And that makes the relationship last.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, uh, can you what daily habits can help leader become more empathic? And if you could recommend it only three qualities of an empathic leader, what would be they? And what to broadcast and resources would you like recommended to learning empathic and leadership?
Checking now. Excellent final question. Daily habits that help, well, you can listen actively without interrupting, ask open questions, and reflect each day on how your words affect others. If I could pick three core traits of an empathetic leader: active listening, compassion, and fairness. For resources, Simon Sinek's Leaders Eat Last is a really solid book. Daniel Goleman's Emotional Intelligence is a classic. And for courses, look for empathy and emotional intelligence trainings on Coursera or LinkedIn Learning. And my final advice: lead with heart, but keep your boundaries and accountability clear, because great leaders are remembered for how they made people feel, not
This
just
has
what they
been so
achieved.
my last and final question is, what is your final message for everyone who wants to become a compassionate leader and build stronger, more successful team?
Thinking just a sec. My final message: lead with empathy, but never stop being curious. Great leaders aren't the ones with all the answers, they're the ones who listen, learn, and lift others up. So keep learning, keep open, and treat people with respect. That will carry you further than anything else. And I hope you lead with empathy and inspire the people around you every day.
Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for giving me your valuable insight. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much, all of you, for listening me and watching me. Allah Hafiz.